Welcome to our video on networking hardware practice questions and answers. This video will help you to prepare for the CompTIA A+ certification exam by focusing on the networking hardware components and concepts you need to know in order to ace the exam. In this video, we'll be going through a series of questions and detailed answers that covers essential networking hardware topics. Now, if you're looking forward to start your CompTIA A+ journey, or you're even looking to brush up on your networking knowledge, these questions will help to reinforce your understanding as well as build your confidence. Please note that these are not the exact questions you will see in the certification exam. However, by watching this video and going through the practice questions, it will help you to better prepare in order to know how to answer the questions correctly. In this video, we'll be going through different networking basics, as well as cabling and connectors, IP addressing and subnetting, network protocols and ports, and so much more. So hit that subscribe button so that you can see other videos once they drop. Also like and share this video if you find it helpful. Now, without wasting further time, let's dive right into the questions. Question 1. A small business wants to segment traffic between its departments. Which network device separates broadcast domains? A. Hub, B. Router, C. Switch, D. Modem. For this, we'll be going through the different options so that we'll explain better. A hub operates at the physical layer, which is the layer 1, but it does not separate broadcast domains. The job the hub does is just to repeat the signals to all connected devices. A router operates at layer 3 and it is capable of segmenting a network into different broadcast domains. A switch operates at layer 2, the data link layer, and it can segment collision domains, but it does not separate the broadcast domains. A modem operates at layers 1 and 2, and it's primarily used for converting digital data to analog signals and vice versa. So for this question, we'll be going with option B. The router isolates traffic between the different segments or departments, and this will allow for a more efficient network traffic management, and thereby it enhances the security within the network. So from the diagram put up, we can see how the router separates the broadcast domain. So we see that there are 3 broadcast domains in this scenario here, and with the help of the router, the broadcast domains are segmented between the various departments. Question 2. Which networking device uses IGMP snooping to optimize multicast traffic? A. Hub, B. Firewall, C. Load balancer, D. Switch. A hub is a basic networking device, but it does not have the capability to perform IGMP snooping. It only repeats incoming traffic to all its ports. A firewall is used for network security in controlling the incoming and outgoing network traffic, but it does not perform IGMP snooping. A load balancer distributes network or application traffic across multiple servers, but it does not manage multicast traffic or perform IGMP snooping. A switch, on the other hand, can learn which devices are interested in receiving multicast traffic, and so it ensures that multicast packets are only sent to those devices. So for this question, we'll be going with option D. IGMP, or Internet Group Management Protocol snooping, is a feature that is used by switches to listen to the IGMP traffic between the hosts and the routers. So by listening to the traffic, the switch is able to learn which devices are interested in receiving multicast traffic, and it ensures that only those devices receive the multicast packets rather than flooding all the ports. This optimizes the use of network bandwidth, and it also improves the overall network performance. Question 3. Wendy's is installing new PoE security cameras. Which device supplies power through the Ethernet cable? A. Bridge, B. Repeater, C. Injector, D. Patch panel. A bridge is used to connect and filter traffic between 2 network segments, but it does not provide power over Ethernet. A repeater is used to regenerate and amplify signals over long distances, but it does not supply power. An injector adds power to an Ethernet cable, and it also allows data and electrical power to be transmitted over the same cable, while a patch panel is used for organizing and connecting multiple network cables, but it doesn't provide power over Ethernet. So for this, we'll be going with option C, the injector. A PoE injector is a device that adds power to an Ethernet cable, and it also allows data and electrical power to be transmitted over the same cable to a PoE-enabled device, in this case, a security camera. So it eliminates the need for a separate power source and it simplifies installation. As we can see from the diagrams put up here, the PoE device adds power to an Ethernet cable and allows data and electrical power to be transmitted over the same cable to the security camera we see here. Question 4. A network technician needs to capture and analyze traffic from the local LAN. Which network appliance allows this? A. Network tap. B. NAS. C. IDS. D. VPN concentrator. A network tap is a device that provides a way to access the data flowing across a network. A NAS, or network attached storage, is used for storing and sharing data over a network, but it does not capture or analyze network traffic. An IDS, or intrusion detection system, monitors the network traffic for suspicious activity, while a VPN concentrator is used to manage multiple VPN connections, and it provides a secure remote access to a network. In the context of the question we're asking here, the technician needs to capture and analyze traffic from the local LAN. So for this, we'll be going with option A. The network tap provides a way to access data flowing across a network, and it allows the technician to capture and analyze the network traffic without interrupting the normal operation of the network. The picture put up here is a type of network tap. It is commonly used to monitor and troubleshoot network issues and also provide a reliable and accurate way to access network data. Question 5. Which component allows for the connection of wired devices to a wireless network? A. Bridge. B. Access points. C. Hub. D. Modem. A bridge connects two network segments where one end is wired and the other end is wireless. An access point allows wireless devices to connect to a wired network, but it doesn't directly enable the wired devices to connect to a wireless network. A hub connects multiple Ethernet devices, making them act as a single network segment, but it does not facilitate connections to a wireless network. A modem modulates and demodulates signals for data transmission over cables or telephone lines connecting to the internet, but it does not connect wired devices to a wireless network. So in this case, we'll be going with option A, the bridge. The wireless bridge, as we can see here, it connects two network segments where one end is wired and the other end is wireless, so it enables the wired device to have access to the wireless network. In this way, it acts as a bridge between the wired and wireless portions of the network. Question 6. A company needs to implement a network access policy for bring your own device clients. Which component will help to enforce this? A. Router. B. Gateway. C. Firewall. D. Switch. A router directs network traffic between different networks, and it can implement some basic access control lists, but it is not as comprehensive in enforcing the network access policies for the bring your own device clients. A gateway connects different networks and can translate between different network protocols, but it doesn't enforce network access policies. A firewall, on the other hand, monitors incoming and outgoing traffic based on the predetermined security rules, while a switch connects devices within a network and can implement some network segmentation and VLAN. In this case, we'll be going with option C, the firewall. The firewall can help to enforce the network access policy in this scenario by controlling the incoming and outgoing network traffic based on the predetermined security rules for the Bring Your Own Device clients. These policies can be based on various factors like the user identity, the device type, or even the compliance with security requirements. So that's why we're going with this option. Question 7. An administrator needs to implement access control policies for inter-VLAN routing. What type of switch should be used? A. Managed. B. Unmanaged. C. Modular. D. Fiber channel. For this, let's go through the various options. Managed switches, they have advanced features like VLAN configuration or inter-VLAN routing, and it also has the ability to implement access control policies. Option B, unmanaged switches, are basic switches that provides simple connectivity without any configuration options. A modular switch can be managed and offers flexibility in terms of adding and removing components, but the key feature that is needed for this scenario we have here is the managed capability for configuring VLANs and access control. The fiber channel switches are specialized for high-speed storage area networks, but they are not typically used for the regular VLAN configurations. So for this, we'll be going with option A. Managed switches provide greater control over network traffic, security, and performance compared to unmanaged switches. So they offer features like the VLAN configuration, inter-VLAN routing, and the ability to implement access control policies. Question 8. Which component will a technician need to terminate Cat6 cable runs in a server room? A. Line splitter. B. Hub. C. Router. D. Patch panel. A line splitter is used to split a single signal into multiple signals, but it is not used for terminating network cables. A hub connects multiple Ethernet devices, but it does not provide a termination point for cable runs. A router is used to route network traffic between different networks, but it doesn't terminate cable runs. While a patch panel provides a central point for managing and organizing network cables. So for this, we'll be going with option D. The patch panel provides a central point for managing and organizing network cables, and it allows the technicians to terminate the Cat6 cables runs neatly and connect them to the network equipment, like the routers or switches using the patch cords. This makes network management and troubleshooting much easier and more organized for the technicians. Question 9. What device combines multiple network connections into a single link to improve bandwidth and redundancy? A. Load balancer. B. Switch. C. Router. D. Modem. A load balancer distributes network across multiple servers, and it ensures that no single device becomes overwhelmed. A switch connects devices within the same network, but it doesn't combine multiple network connections to improve bandwidth or redundancy. Routers direct traffic between different networks, but it doesn't have any business combining multiple connections into a single link for redundancy. A modem demodulates and modulates signals for data transmission over telephone lines, but it doesn't combine multiple network connections. So for this, we'll be going with option A. The load balancer distributes network or application traffic across multiple servers and network connections to ensure that no single device becomes overwhelmed. By doing this, it improves the bandwidth and provides redundancy, thereby ensuring better performance and reliability. Question 10. Which of the following devices amplifies and regenerates a signal to extend the transmission distance of a network? A. Bridge. B. Repeater. C. Router. D. Gateway. A bridge connects and filters traffic between two network segments, but it doesn't regenerate signals. A repeater amplifies and regenerates the signal to extend the transmission distance of a network. A router only directs traffic between networks, while a gateway connects different networks. So for this, we'll be going with option B. The repeater amplifies and regenerates the signal to extend the transmission distance of a network. So it does this by, when it receives a signal, it removes the unnecessary noise around the signal. Then it retransmits the signal at a higher power level, allowing the signal to cover a longer distance without degradation. So we can see a sample of the receiver here. Question 11. Which device terminates a fiber optic cable? A. Firewall. B. Access point. C. ONT or optical network terminal. D. Modem. For this, we'll be going with option C. The ONT is a device that terminates a fiber optic cable, and it converts the optical signals transmitted through the fiber optic cables into electrical signals that can be used by devices in a business network or at home. Question 12. What technology will enable an organization to move from physical servers to virtualized servers? A. SDN. B. CISSP. C. IDS. D. FCOE. An SDN allows for virtualization and centralized management of network resources. CISSP is a protocol that allows the transport of block-level storage data over IP networks, but it does not directly relate to server virtualization. IDS is just a security system that monitors network traffic for potential threats or suspicious activities, while the FCOE, Fiber Channel over Ethernet, is a storage protocol that encapsulates fiber channel frames over Ethernet networks. For this, we'll be going with option A. SDN or software-defined networking allows for virtualization and centralized management of network resources, and this makes it easier to move servers and their associated applications to the cloud. It facilitates the management of network services to the abstraction of higher level functionality. So with this, it allows for a more efficient use and provisioning of network resources, and this is very important in a virtualized server environment. Question 13. A small business needs wireless network access across their office space. Which two devices will provide this functionality? A. Hub and injector. B. Router and switch. C. Firewall and modem. D. Access point and router. A hub and injector. A hub provides basic Ethernet connectivity, and an injector adds power to Ethernet cables for PoE devices, but it doesn't enable wireless connectivity. A router and switch can provide network traffic direction, and some models include wireless capabilities. However, the switch alone does not provide wireless access. A firewall and modem. A firewall provides network security while a modem connects to the internet, but neither of the devices provides wireless network access. For this, we'll be going with option D, access point and router, because this makes more sense. An access point allows wireless devices to connect to a wired network by providing Wi-Fi coverage in the office space, while the router will direct traffic between different networks, and it typically includes a built-in wireless access point that will allow for the distributing of wireless network access throughout the office. So this is the two devices that the small business will need in order to supply wireless network access across their office space. Question 14. A network switch at a small office keeps losing power. Which standard should be implemented? A. UDP. B. STP. C. PoE. D. OSI. A UDP is just a transport layer protocol used for sending data packets over a network. It does not relate to providing power to devices. STP or spanning tree protocol is a network protocol that prevents loop in Ethernet networks, but it doesn't provide power to devices. PoE allows network devices like switches, access points, or IP cameras to receive power and data over the same Ethernet cable. While OSI, Open Systems Interconnection, is just a conceptual framework that standardizes network communications, but it is not related to providing power. So based on these explanations, we'll be going with option C. The PoE eliminates the need for separate power adapters, and it can provide a more reliable power source, especially in situations where power outlets are limited or unreliable. Question 15. What tool can be used to terminate Cat5e and Cat6 cables in a data center? A. Cable tester. B. Loopback jack. C. Punch down tool. D. Protocol analyzer. A cable tester is only used to verify the connectivity and integrity of network cables after they have been crimped or terminated, so this is not the correct answer. A loopback jack is used to test network ports by looping the signal back to the same device. A punch down tool is used to insert and secure wires into a punch down block, while a protocol analyzer is used to capture and analyze network traffic for troubleshooting and monitoring purposes. So the tool based on these options that can be used to terminate the cables will be option C, the punch down tool. It is used to insert and secure the wires into a punch down block or patch panel. Question 16. What networking device operates at the data link layer of the OSI model and can be used to connect multiple devices within the same network? A. Router. B. Hub. C. Switch. D. Firewall. A router operates at layer 3, which is the network layer, so this is not the answer we're looking for. A hub operates at the physical layer or layer 1. A switch, on the other hand, operates at the data link layer or layer 2, while a firewall only provides network security by controlling incoming and outgoing traffic. So for this, we'll be going with option C, a switch. The switch uses MAC addresses to forward data to the appropriate ports. I've also put up a diagram of the different layers of the OSI model. So we have, starting from the bottom up, the physical layer, the data link layer, the network layer, transport layer, session, presentation, and application. These are the 7 layers of the OSI model. You can take a screenshot of this and also save it for future references. Question 17. Which device should be replaced in an office network experiencing slow speeds and intermittent outages? A. Router. B. Repeater. C. Hub. D. Switch. For this, we'll be going with option C, but before we go to the next page, let's go through the other options. A router only routes traffic between different networks, but it does not cause intermittent outages within the single network, so this cannot be the answer. A repeater extends signals over long distances, but this is not commonly used within an office LAN setup for improving local network performance. A switch improves network performance by intelligently forwarding traffic based on MAC addresses, and it is a more suitable replacement for a hub in an office network experiencing issues. So, the device that should be replaced in this scenario is the hub, like we've highlighted before. The hub operates at layer 1, the physical layer, and it repeats incoming signals to all connected devices. Now, by doing this, it can lead to increased collisions and slower performance as the number of connected devices and network traffic increases. Remember that hubs do not manage traffic or provide any intelligence to the network. All it does is to repeat signals to all the ports on it. So this increases collisions and slows down performance. Once this is replaced, the speed will be improved and also the intermittent outages will be eliminated. Question 18. What networking device operates at layer 3 of the OSI model? A. Patch panel. B. Router. C. Hub. D. Switch. We'll be going with option B. The router operates at layer 3 or the network layer of the OSI model, and its primary function is to forward data packets between the different networks based on their IP addresses. The routers make decisions about the best path for data to travel from one network to another, and by doing this, it ensures efficient and reliable communication across networks. Question 19. What protocol can be used to manage switches and routers remotely? A. SMB. B. SNMP. C. SMTP. D. NetBIOS. The SMB or Server Message Block is a protocol that is used for sharing files and other resources between networked devices, especially in the Windows network. SNMP is used to monitor and manage network devices remotely. SMTP, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, is a protocol that is used for sending email messages between servers. While the NetBIOS or Network Basic Input-Output System is a legacy protocol suite that is used for communication between computers on a LAN, especially in the older Windows-based networks. So for this question, we'll be going with option B. The SNMP allows network administrators to gather information about device status, performance metrics, and configuration settings. Now, it operates over the UDP IP and it uses a manager-agent architecture where the network management systems communicate with the agents in order to retrieve and modify information. So, by using this protocol, the switches and routers are able to be managed and accessed remotely. Question 20. Which two devices can be used to connect two office buildings for a network backbone? A. Access point and injector. B. Hub and switch. C. Repeater and bridge. D. Router and modem. For this, we'll be going with option D, the router and modem. A router is used to forward data packets between different networks, and in this scenario, it will manage the routing of data between the two office buildings in order to ensure efficient communication. The modem modulates and demodulates signals to enable data transmission over telephone lines or cables. So it connects the local network to the internet while facilitating communication between the two office buildings, as seen in this diagram put up. Question 21. Which component is used to split and combine fiber optic signals? A. Multiplexer. B. Attenuator. C. Amplifier. D. Transceiver. A multiplexer is a device that combines multiple signals into a single one for transmission over a single optical fiber. An attenuator is a device that is used to reduce the power level of an optical signal. An amplifier increases the power level of an optical signal, while a transceiver is a combined transmitter and receiver module that is used for transmitting and receiving optical signals over fiber optic cables. For this, we'll be going with option A. The component that can be used to split and combine fiber optic signals is a multiplexer, option A. In the context of fiber optics, a multiplexer is used to combine different wavelengths of light or different channels of data into a single fiber optic cable. This allows for the efficient use of the optical spectrum, and it also increases the capacity of the fiber optic network. Question 22. What protocol is used by DHCP servers to dynamically assign IP addresses to devices on a network? A. TCP. B. DNS. C. UDP. D. ICMP. For this, we'll be going with option C, DHCP servers use the User Datagram Protocol for communication. Specifically, UDP port 67 is used for the server-side operations, and port 68 is used for the client-side operations. Question 23. What technology allows multiple devices to share the same public IP address and direct incoming traffic to the appropriate device on a local network? A. NAT. B. DHCP. C. ARP. D. VLAN. For this, we'll be going with option A. The NAT translates private IP addresses of devices on the local network to the public IP address when communicating over the network, and it also translates the incoming traffic back to the appropriate device. Now, it does this by hiding the private address of the device, and instead it shares a single public IP address, and this will help for confidentiality and also it improves security. Question 24. A home user needs wireless internet throughout their house. Which networking device provides this functionality? A. Router. B. Wireless access points. C. Hub. D. NAS. For this, what the home user needs is option B, the wireless access point. It is designed to provide wireless connectivity within a local area network, and it allows wireless devices like smartphones, laptops, and tablets to connect to the LAN and access the internet wirelessly. A router does a different thing. It directs traffic between different networks. A hub, it repeats incoming signals to all connected devices, while a NAS is a device used for storing and sharing files over a network, but it doesn't provide wireless internet connectivity. Question 25. What protocol is used by web browsers to securely communicate with web servers over the internet? A. HTTP. B. FTP. C. SNMP. D. HTTPS. The protocol that allows secure communication with web servers over the internet is option D, the Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure. This is used by web browsers to securely communicate with web servers over the internet because it encrypts the data that is transmitted between the browser and the server, and by doing this it ensures privacy and integrity of information. This brings us to the end of the video on the CompTIA A+ questions and answers on networking hardware. Don't forget to like, comment and share, and also hit the subscribe button so that you can be informed when new videos drop. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.